Welcome to News Mongolia, where we bring you the latest stories and updates from across the nation and beyond. I'm Batsirin Namshir. On News Mongolia today, Prime Minister Zandan Shatar received Chinese Ambassador Shen Minjuan. Food allergies are common among young children in Mongolia. Health Minister holds talks with ADB Country Director on health sector initiatives. For the news, stay tuned. Prime Minister Zandan Shatar met with Chinese Ambassador Shen Minjuan to discuss strengthening bilateral ties, advancing major joint projects, and enhancing long-term cooperation in trade, infrastructure, and mineral exports.
Prime Minister of Mongolia Zandan Shatar welcomed Ambassador Extraordinary and Plenipotentiary of the People's Republic of China to Mongolia, Shen Minjuan, to his Ulaanbaatar office, underscoring the two countries' deepening ties. At the beginning of the meeting, Prime Minister Zandan Shatar conveyed his heartfelt thanks to Premier Li Cheng of China's State Council for sending warm congratulations upon his recent appointment. He asked Ambassador Shen Minjuan to relay Mongolia's determination to collaborate closely with China across political, economic, cultural, and technological spheres, and to explore new avenues for partnership. Turning to concrete priorities, the Prime Minister reiterated that his government, while upholding the principle of state continuity, was fully committed to accelerating progress on the key projects agreed upon by both countries. He noted that faster implementation of rail and road links, energy and water infrastructure, and logistics corridors would generate jobs, stimulate border trade, and bring real benefits to border communities. Ambassador Shen Minjuan affirmed China's readiness to match Mongolia's ambitions by expanding high-level consultations and synchronizing long-term development strategies. She highlighted Beijing's interest in advancing its comprehensive strategic partnership as reflected in recent agreements between their heads of state. Both sides committed to transforming the agreements into concrete initiatives with a particular focus on Mongolia's minerals sector. They agreed to ramp up coal exports under stable contractual terms, enhance cooperation on mining technology and environmental safeguards, and improve rail and highway connections to ensure Mongolia's mineral output can reach Chinese markets reliably and sustainably. As the meeting drew to a close, Prime Minister Zandan Shatar and Ambassador Shen Minjuan exchanged assurances that their respective teams would maintain an intensive dialogue over the coming months, laying the groundwork for a fresh wave of China-Mongolia cooperation that delivers measurable results in people's lives.
In recent years, the prevalence of allergies has increased by 4 to 7% due to industrialization, urbanization, air pollution, and climate change. Respiratory, skin, and food allergies are among the most common allergies diagnosed. Studies show that food allergies, particularly to milk, meat, and eggs, are especially common among young children.
According to a study conducted by the Mongolian National University of Medical Sciences, the main causes of food allergies among adolescents have been identified. The findings show that lamb, eggs, soybeans, wheat, and chicken are among the most common food allergens. The study also revealed that as people age, the incidence of multiple or combined food allergies tends to increase.
Damage to the epithelial barriers of the digestive and respiratory systems plays a major role in the development of these conditions. However, the most significant contributing factor is heredity. It's believed that 70 to 80% of allergy cases in children are linked to genetic predisposition, making hereditary factors a leading cause of the increasing incidence of allergies. Cow's milk has a naturally high allergenic potential. One of the reasons for the rise in allergies is the industrial processing of cow's milk. Normally, the fat content in cow's milk plays a role in suppressing allergic reactions, but as low-fat and skim milk have become more commonly consumed, the likelihood of milk allergies has also increased.
Food allergies can cause symptoms such as rashes, itching in the mouth or throat, and swelling of the nose, lips, tongue, or other parts of the body. Allergies are closely linked to the immune system. In children, the immune system plays a critical role in defending the body against various infectious agents from the surrounding environment and building immunity to prevent illness. However, as lifestyles change, medical experts note that the immune system's function is also shifting, triggering exaggerated responses that can lead to allergies. When allergy symptoms begin to appear, undergoing accurate diagnostic tests is crucial. This includes methods such as skin prick tests and blood tests that screen for 40 to 80 different allergens. There are various ways to identify specific allergies, helping individuals understand what triggers their reactions. Medical professionals advise against self-medicating when food allergy symptoms occur. Improper treatment may worsen the allergic reaction and lead to more severe complications. Experts emphasize that allergies are treatable conditions and that maintaining healthy lifestyle habits is crucial to managing and overcoming them.
You're watching News Mongolia. Now let's take a look at Mongolia's current affairs.
On June 23rd, Chimboren Jigjisurun, Member of Parliament and Minister of Health of Mongolia, met with Shannon Collin, the Asian Development Bank Country Director for Mongolia, and accompanying officials. During the meeting, Minister Chimboren emphasized the vital role of the ADB as a key development partner. He highlighted the bank's successful collaboration with the Mongolian government through various programs and projects that have significantly strengthened the primary healthcare system, improved medical services, enhanced financial management, and development human resource capacity within the health sector. Shannon Collin presented the new investment project proposals and technical assistance initiatives currently being developed in the health sector. Minister Chimboren engaged in a detailed discussion on the progress of ongoing investment projects, addressing challenges that may hinder implementation and require solutions. He proposed scheduling a follow-up meeting to gather detailed information from Ministry of Health officials to explore effective measures and ensure the successful and timely completion of these projects.
Now let's take a look at the currency exchange rates provided by Mongol Bank. Now let's take a look at international news from our partner agencies. The United Nations on Monday called once again for calm and restraint as tensions escalated in the Middle East. The appeal came after Iran launched a missile attack on the U.S. military's air base in Qatar in retaliation for recent American airstrikes on Iranian nuclear facilities.
UN spokesperson Stefan Dujarric emphasized Secretary General Antonio Guterres' position, urging all countries to avoid actions that could lead to further conflict. He reminded member states of their responsibilities under the UN Charter and international humanitarian law.
And as you all saw in yesterday's Security Council meeting on Iran, the Secretary General said that the bombings of Iranian nuclear facilities by the United States marks a perilous turn in a region that is already reeling. He warned that we are now risk descending into a rat hole of retaliation after retaliation. The Secretary General told the Council that the Non-Proliferation Treaty is a cornerstone of international peace and security, and Iran must fully respect it. All and all member states must act in accordance with their obligations under UN Charter and other rules of international law, including international humanitarian law. In a statement over the weekend, the Secretary General said at this perilous hour it is critical to avoid spiral of chaos, and reminded Council members that there is no military solution. The only path forward is diplomacy, and the only hope is peace, he said.
Iranian state television broadcast news of the missile strike, describing it as a mighty and successful response to U.S. aggression. Officials stated that the number of missiles fired matched the bombs dropped by the U.S., suggesting Tehran's intention to avoid further escalation.
NATO Secretary General Mark Rutte said on Monday that allies will agree to invest 5% of their GDPs in defense during the upcoming summit in The Hague on June 24th to 25th. He described the move as ambitious, historic and fundamental, calling it a significant shift in NATO's approach to security investment.
Speaking ahead of the summit, Mark Rutte emphasized that all member states must contribute their fair share to strengthen NATO's collective defense. He called the new 5% baseline a quantum leap and a critical step toward securing the alliance's future.
We meet at a truly historic moment, with significant and growing challenges to our security. As the world becomes more dangerous, allied leaders will take bold decisions to strengthen our collective defense, making NATO a stronger, a fairer, and a more lethal alliance. This will include a major new defense investment plan, ranging the benchmark for defense investment to 5% of GDP. A concerted effort to ramp up defense industry across the alliance, bringing not only greater security, but also more jobs. And a continued focus on support for Ukraine, alongside the pursuit of a just and lasting end to Russia's war of aggression. All of this is essential to keeping our 1 billion citizens safe.
He also stated that Iran must not be allowed to develop a nuclear weapon. However, he declined to take a position on the recent U.S. bombing of Iranian nuclear facilities, avoiding direct comments on the escalating tensions.
It is now clear what kind of investment it will take to effectively deliver what we need. And it is critical that each ally carries their fair share of the burden. The Defense Investment Plan that allies will agree in The Hague introduces a new baseline, 5% of GDP to be invested in defense. This is a quantum leap that is ambitious, historic, and fundamental to securing our future. The new Defense Investment Plan is the key deliverable for this summit and will be decisive when it comes to ensuring effective deterrence in defense. Now, my biggest fear would be Iran having a nuclear weapon. Really, let's focus on the essentials here. My biggest fear would be for Iran to own and be able to use and deploy a nuclear weapon. It would be a stranglehold on Israel, on the whole region and other parts of the world. And that is why NATO has said Iran should not, and this is a consistent position of NATO, Iran should not have its hands on a nuclear weapon. So, and I would not agree that this is against international law, what the US did.
U.S. President Donald Trump and leaders from NATO's 32 member countries will gather Tuesday in the Netherlands. The summit, chaired by Mark Rutte, could either rally allies around the new defense pledge or expose deeper divisions within the alliance.
Well, that's all for today. Thank you for staying with us. We'll see you tomorrow with more news and updates. Goodbye.